Do you ever feel like you're doing all the right things for your mental health, but you're just getting tired? You've sat through the therapy sessions, you've written the journals, you've repeated the affirmations until they started to feel like lies. And yet that heavy, tight feeling in your chest, it hasn't moved. It feels like you're fighting a war against your own mind. Stop. You cannot think your way out of a feeling, and that's not a failure. It's how the body works. If you've been working hard at your own healing for years and you're still bone-tired, it's not because you're failing. It's because you've been carrying more than you were ever meant to carry alone. And you've been using tools that were never meant for this kind of weight. You've been trying to solve something your body has been carrying with tools that only speak to the mind. Your nervous system doesn't care about affirmations or your why. It's lost the signal of who you are beneath all that trying. If you feel stuck, it's not because you lack discipline. It's not because you're broken. Your body hasn't forgotten who you are. It's just been waiting for a different signal. You don't need another project. You need an exit ramp. In the next few minutes, I'm going to guide you through a 7-second shift that bypasses your thinking mind and speaks directly to your nervous system. No digging into the past. No trying harder. There's a moment coming where we do this together, and that's when the weight usually starts to ease. Most approaches try to heal by changing thoughts, but your nervous system doesn't follow thoughts, it follows signals. If the signal doesn't change, the body stays tense, even when you understand everything. That's why insight fades. That's why effort feels exhausting. Nothing is wrong with you. Your body just hasn't been given a new reference point yet. It's still waiting for a signal that it's safe. And that's what we're about to give it. Think of the future healed version of you not as someone you have to become, but as a signal that's already broadcasting. The calmer, more settled version of you. It's already here, playing right now. You're just tuned to a different station. Most people are tuned to survival, to urgency, to bracing. Healing isn't a prize you have to earn. It's a frequency you have to allow. Like a radio station playing in the room that you just haven't turned the dial to hear. Today, we turn the dial, and before we tune, we clear the static. Static isn't a flaw. It's the noise of a nervous system that's been on high alert for too long. Most people try to tune into calm while that noise is still loud. That's why it doesn't stick. You don't need to shout over the noise. You just need to turn down the volume. For a second, forget the pain and forget why it hurts. Just put the story down. Close your eyes, not to hide, but to arrive. Don't visualize being healed. That's too much work. Instead, notice the stillness in the palms of your hands. Notice the weight of your body against the chair. And notice how your back supports you in the chair. You don't need to go anywhere yet. Just notice what happens when nothing is being asked of you. We'll take the next step together. We've spent our lives trying to think our way out of stress. But your body has been keeping a secret record of every battle you've fought. We're going to clear that record now. We start with your jaw. It's the gatekeeper. Right now, your hinge is holding things you never gave it permission to carry. The anger you didn't speak, the weight of tomorrow, the static of today. Drop your jaw. just a tiny bit. Don't force it, simply allow it to succumb to gravity. Do you feel that? That tiny gap is the noise beginning to fade. Now, move your attention to the space between your eyebrows. This is where we look from. Unclench your brows. Let that space widen. When you soften here, you aren't just relaxing a muscle. You are signaling to your brain that the threat is over. You are clearing the windshield, so you can finally see the version of you that is already healed. As your face softens, watch what happens to your chest. It opens, it expands. It is finally making room for a frequency that hasn't arrived yet, until now. Now, don't try to change your breath. Just witness it. If your shoulders want to drop, let them fall. If your mind wants to go quiet, let it. You aren't doing anything. You are simply stepping out of the way of the person you are becoming. That's it. Stay in this stillness for a moment. Feel the lightness. There is nothing to fix here, because you were never broken. Did you feel that? That shift isn't because you tried harder. It's because, for the first time in a long time, you actually stopped trying. Most people miss this moment because they think relaxation is a task. They try to force their shoulders to drop. They fight to make their mind quiet. But notice what just happened. You didn't force your jaw to soften. You gave it permission to stop holding on. Most of us were never taught that permission was an option. That's the difference. Soon, we're going to take that same permission and move it deeper. Your nervous system is already listening. Notice the difference. It starts with this. Stop trying to fix yourself. Just for now, stop the work. I want to say this clearly, because I didn't understand it for a long time. The moment everything changes is when you realize your body isn't broken. It's just exhausted. We've been sold this lie that healing is a climb, a grueling struggle to get back to the top. But it isn't. Healing is a landing. You aren't struggling to reach some distant peak. You're allowing yourself to touch the ground. And in that moment, something shifts. You aren't working on yourself anymore. You're resigning from the war against yourself. The armor comes off. The breath deepens. The trail is still there. You just don't have to walk it right now. Here it is. To heal, you don't look back at the pain or analyze the past. You look from the version of you where the work is already done. You change the signal your body is listening to. For the next 7 seconds, don't breathe to survive. Take a slow breath in. And as you exhale, let the effort disappear. Breathe as if you are already finished. No fixing, no improving. Just a return to the version of you that was never broken. The work is done. Don't look back. Look from the piece of where you have landed. Stay with the stillness. Your nervous system has been waiting for this rest. That version of you isn't in the future. It's a frequency available here. Ask your body, how does it feel to finally be settled? Don't rush to analyze what just happened. Know this: the part of you that wants to label and critique is the same part that kept you climbing. If your chest softened, if your breath dropped even an inch lower, if the noise paused for a heartbeat, that was real. That wasn't your imagination. Your nervous system finally received a different signal. A signal of safety. Even a few seconds is enough. Your cells remember. They whisper, "Oh, this is where I belong." This isn't a one-time fix. This is your home frequency. You don't have to hold it, you return to it. Jaw loose, chest open without effort. Again, and again, and again. There's nothing to prove here. If your body feels even 1% lighter than when we started, type "reclaimed" in the comments. Not for the algorithm, but as an anchor. When you name this state, your nervous system marks it as important. It becomes easier to return next time. Now think of one person, just one, who is exhausted from overtrying. They don't need another strategy. They need permission to stop trying. Share this with them. Take one last breath, not as a seeker, but as someone who has already landed. You're not becoming someone new. You're returning. The climb is over. Peace be with you.